We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Good morning, students. Now we discuss a topic, Cauchy residue theorem and its application. So in the previous lecture, we discussed types of singularity and residue. Now today, we discuss Cauchy residue theorem and its application. This topic is including in the subject of CVPDE, complex variable and partial differential equation, branch civil engineering, SEM 4. So this is specially for the student of SEM 4 civil branch, and the subject is CVP. So first, what is Cauchy residue theorem? So the statement is, if f of z is analytic at all points inside and on a simple closed curve C, except at a finite number of singularities which is inside in C, then the integration over the curve C f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I in the bracket sum of residue. So again, I repeat the statement of residue theorem. Function is analytic everywhere except some finite number of the singularity. And the point, the singular point is inside in C. Then the integration of the function f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into sum of residue. So obviously we know that the one theorem, Cauchy integral theorem, if f of z is analytic everywhere inside and on a closed contour C, then the integration of f of z dz is equal to 0. And the another, if function is not analytic at some point, so z is equal to z0 and point is inside, then the another formula, obviously we know that. So this is a similar, but this is not a one point. There are finite number of the singularity where function is not analytic and all points are inside on the curve C. Then the integration is 2 pi I into sum of residue. Now we discuss proof. So in this figure, we know that this is the curve C. In this curve C, we draw the circle Z1, Z2 up to Zn. Sorry, circle C1, C2 up to Cn. And Z1, Z2 up to Zn is the center of the circle. And also Z1, Z2 up to Zn is a isolated singularity. So let Z1, Z2 up to Zn be the isolated singularity of f of z. Now let C1, C2 up to Cn be the circle which is not intersect. Let C1, C2 up to Cn be the circle which is not intersect with the center Z1, Z2 up to Zn and the radii R1, R2 up to Rn, which is lying inside on the curve C. Since f of z is analytic in the multiple connected region bounded by the curve C, C1, C2 up to Cn. Hence, by Cauchy extension theorem for multiply connected region, integration over the curve C f of z dz is equal to the integration curve over the curve C1 f of z dz plus over the curve C2 f of z dz plus and so on over the curve Cn f of z dz. So this is equal to 2 pi I residue at z is equal to z1 of f of z, residue of z is equal to z2 of f of z up to and so on. So we write 2 pi I into sum of residue. Now we discuss the example where we use the Cauchy residue theorem. So example, evaluate integration over the curve C, z square plus 1 upon z, z minus 1, z minus 4 dz, where C is the circle mode of z is equal to. So first important things, mode of z is equal to 2 is a circle with the center 0, 0 and radius is 2. So first we know the curve is which type, is circle, yeah, another. So first clearly this function f of z, z square plus 1 upon z, z minus 1, z minus 4 has a simple pole at z is equal to 0, z is equal to 1, z is equal to 4. So here z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1 are inside the circle mode of z is equal to 2. Now how to check this point is inside or not? There are different ways. First is the simple way we input z is equal to 0 in this circle. So we replace z is equal to 0. So mode 0 is 0. That means this value is a less than 2, less than a radius, because this value is indicate the radius. So 0 is a less than 2. So z is equal to 0 point is inside of this circle. Again z is equal to 1, so z is replaced with 1, so mode 1 is 1 and mode 1 is less than 2, so z is 1 is inside. But the another point z is equal to 4, so we replace z is equal to 4, then mode 4 is 4 and 4 is greater than 2. That means the value of z is equal to 4 is greater than radius. So this point is outside. The another concept, we draw the circle mode of z is equal to 2. Mode of z is equal to 2. That means the center is 0, 0. Because except this z, the all term are 0. That means no real value, no imaginary value. Only z is there. So except z, the value are 0. So center is 0, 0. And radius is 2. So we draw the circle. We also draw the point z is equal to 0. That means x is 0, y is 0. So 0, 0 point. Z is 1, so 1, 0 point. And z is 4, then 4, 0 point. And then we decide which point is inside and which point is outside of the region. So now only 2 points 0 and 1 are inside of the circle mode of z is equal to 2 and 4 is outside. So we find the residue only 2.0 and 1 because 4 is outside. So z is equal to 4 is not affected of our region. So we find the residue at z is equal to 0, 0 is the simple pole. So residue at z is equal to 0, f of z is equal to limit z tends to 0, z minus 0, z square plus 1 into z, z minus 1, z minus 4, z cancel. Remaining term is this, we input 0, then we get 1 by 4. Similarly, the residue at z is equal to 1, f of z is equal to limit z tends to 1, the factor is z minus 1 into the function, so z minus 1 factor is cancelled. Remaining term is this, we input z is 1, then we get minus 2 by 3. So after finding the residue at z is 0 and z is 1, we are applying the residue theorem for this function, for this example. So integration over the curve C, f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into the sum of residue. So 1 by 4 minus 2 by 3. So answer is minus 5 by 6 pi I. Now next example. Evaluate the integration over the curve C, dz upon z square plus 1 whole square, where C is the circle mode of z plus I is equal to 1. So first of all, what is the meaning of the curve and what is the function f of z? So first we discuss the curve, that means the circle. So here given that mode of z plus I is equal to 1. So directly we observe except z, the term is a plus I. So real part is 0, so 1. X is 0 we consider, and the imaginary part is I, so the coefficient of I is 1, so we can take the opposite sign, so minus. That means the mode of z plus I, we indicate the center is 0 comma minus 1 and radius is 1. The another way for finding the center and radius, so mode of z plus I is equal to 1 implies z is replaced with x plus I y. So x plus I y plus I. So x plus I y plus 1 is equal to 1. And then we know that what is the value of mode x plus I y plus 1. So this is the square root of a real part square plus imaginary square is equal to 1. Taking both sides square, then we get x square plus y plus 1 whole square is equal to 1. So this is the circle with the center 0 and minus 1 and radius is 1. Now we discuss the function f of z. So f of z is 1 upon z square plus 1 whole square. So first we factorize the form z square plus 1. We know that z is equal to I and z is equal to minus I is the factor. So is the value of z square plus 1. So the factor is a z minus I, z plus I. So the form is 1 upon z minus I square, z plus I square. And this form is not analytic at which point z is equal to I and z is equal to minus I. But the power of both factor is 2. So we can say z is equal to I and z is equal to minus I is a pole of order 2. Now we discuss both point are poles whose order is 2, no problem. But both point are inside in the circle, outside. Yeah, one is inside, one outside. This is important things. So first we consider z is equal to I. So in a previous example, similar manner, we input z is equal to 1 in this circle. So z is equal to I, sorry, z is equal to I. So z is equal to I plus I. Z is equal to I plus I. So mode of 2I, and mode of 2I is 2, which is greater than 1. So that means Z is equal to I is outside, and minus I. So obviously minus I plus I is 0, 0 less than 1. So this is the inside. So out of which both point minus I lies inside in the curve. So we find the residue only the point Z is equal to minus I. So residue at Z is equal to minus I f of Z is equal to 1 upon 1 factorial, because n is a 2. So n minus 1, that means 2 minus 1, 1 factorial. Limit Z tends to minus I, d by dz, one time derivative, z plus I whole square, z plus I square, z minus I square. So we find the derivative of a remaining term, because z plus I square is cancelled, and we get this form. We input minus I, then we get minus 1 upon 4I. This is the residue. And after finding the residue, we apply the residue theorem. So 2 pi I into minus 1 upon 4I, we get minus pi by 2. Now another example. Evaluate integration over the curve C. E raised to 2z upon z minus 2 raised to 4 dz, where the curve is mode of z is equal to 3. So here f of z is equal to e raised to 2z upon z minus 2 raised to 4 is analytic everywhere except z is equal to 2. Therefore, z is equal to 2 is a pole of order 4, because the factor, power of the factor is 4. And obviously z is equal to 2 is inside on the circle mode of z is equal to 3, because we replace z is equal to 2, so mode 2 is less than 3. So now we find the residue at z is equal to 2. So z is equal to 2 of this function, but the n is equal to 4. So n is equal to 4, that means 1 upon 3 factorial, limit z tends to 2. 3 time derivative, z minus 2 raised to 4 into function. So z minus 2 raised to 4 cancel. 1 upon 3 factorial, limit z tends to 2. 8 into e raised to 2z. So 3 time derivative is this. Then we replace z tends to 2. Then we get 4 by 3. So by residue theorem, the integration over the curve C e raised to 2z upon z minus 2 raised to 4 dz is equal to 2 pi I into 4 by 3 is equal to 8 pi I by 3 is the solution. Now another example. Evaluate the integration over the curve C sin z upon z raised to 6 dz, where C is the circle, mode of z is equal to 1. So there are two ways for evaluating this integration. One way, obviously we discussed in the previous example. So method 1, Here z is equal to 0 is a pole of order 6, which is inside the circle mod of z is equal to 1. Because z is equal to 0, obviously inside in the circle. Now we find the residue at z is equal to 0 of this function. So n is equal to 6, so 1 upon 5 factorial, 5 times derivative in this function. 6 cancel, z is to 6, z is to 6. So 5 times derivative of sine z is cos z. We replace z is 0, then we get cos 0 is 1, so we get 1 upon 5 factorial. So the integration of this function is equal to, by residue theorem, we write 2 pi I into 1 upon 5 factorial, and this is equal to pi I by 60. The another method for finding the residue, because this function is a sine z upon z raised to 6. So we know that what is the standard expansion of sine z. So obviously sine z upon z raised to 6, the Lorentz series expansion we write is 1 upon z raised to 6 in the bracket. The standard expansion of sine z is z minus z cube by 3 factorial, 5 by 5, 7 by 7 factorial, up to and so on. So we divide with z raised to 6, then we get this form: 1 upon z raised to 5 minus 1 upon 3 factorial z cube plus 1 upon 5 factorial z minus and so on. And the basic concept of the residue, which says that the coefficient b1, the coefficient b1 of 1 upon z minus z0 is the residue of the given function f of z. So obviously, directly we can say the coefficient of 1 upon z, that means 1 upon 5 factorial, which is a residue of z is equal to 0 of this function sine z upon z raised to 6. So directly we can say residue of sine z upon z raised to 6 at z is equal to 0 is the coefficient of 1 upon z, which is 1 upon 5 factorial. And by residue theorem, obviously, the similar way, 2 pi I into 1 upon 5 factorial, pi I by 60. So this is the second way to finding the residue. Because there are two types of the example. One type of the example where the function is based on the polynomial form. And the polynomial form, then directly we use the technique 1, 2, 3 for finding the residue. But some another example, as for example, some function where exponential, yeah, trigonometric function, yeah, another function, we know that the standard expansion of this function, of this type of function, then we use the second way for finding the residue. So we find the Lorentz series expansion and the coefficient of 1 upon z minus z0. That means the b1 value is directly we can say this is the residue of the point z is equal to z0. Now we discuss the next topic is the application of residue to evaluate the real definite integral. This topic we discuss in the next lecture. The topic is the application of residue to evaluate the real definite integral. So this topic we discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.